time. I feel like 3 weeks is a long time. It was like last year. And now we're already at the end of January. So it's going to be a fun one. We're doing all things hair today. If you guys are new here, this is All Things Allie. Today we're going to talk about all things Allie's Africa trip. Because how could we not? That was topic of discussion for all of December, and now it's going to be for the rest of January because I can't stop talking about like the animals. That's what we're going to mainly focus on today. But while we talk Africa, safari, my tips and advice, well, tips and advice, same thing. My tips and like tricks when it comes to traveling somewhere like that far away or somewhere less, I don't know what the word is for this, but like, let's just say, guys, I became one with nature on this trip. Okay. Like, I was camping, glamping, if you will, but there were bugs, okay? There was critters, creepy crawlers, bugs, lions, and hippos, and buffalo, and all these things in the middle of the night, okay? So we'll talk about that. We've got Rizzo live on TikTok, so if you guys are not following us on TikTok, be sure to do that. Well, you might be because you're on TikTok now, so hit that follow button. We are just going to do a little live demo. This is a curling iron that I've used I just told George, our producer, like, I don't know, I think I've had it for like ever, 8 years or so. T3 is a line I love for a lot of reasons. When it comes to like getting those results that you want, those big volumized curls that still have shine, they hold all day long, they're not burning and frying your hair, it's high grade ceramic irons, like T3 is my go-to. I actually have their blow dryer, I have their blow up brush, and I have their wands. And this was the first like product I used from T3 years and years ago. And what I love about it is you get like 3 products in one. So you get a wand, you get like that thicker 1.25 barrel. I think that's the size, George. He can pull up the sizing. But, you know, I'm going to demo with the one. So this is the clamp. Sometimes if you're someone who like wants a little bit more control, or let's say it's one of those days where you're like, I don't have a lot of time to kind of like be precise with my wand, or maybe you want to do a ton of tiny curls, that's when I kind of stick to that like smaller wand. But on the everyday, like I'd say on an everyday basis, I love using this 1 inch because you have a lot of control. You can get Hollywood waves. You can also get more of a beachy curl. It just helps smooth the hair. I've been rocking this all day long, guys, for you, okay? So I can do this on this live demo. So I'm gonna leave half my hair undone. I'll do the other half and I'll show you guys the difference. But this is my hair air dried. So, let's talk about Africa. Okay, is Stacey? So, I felt like when I would take showers, guys, I'm waiting for this to heat up, by the way. And the heat settings, you can get super, super hot. You can go super, super like in the middle, but I feel like it's just enough. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots. George can probably give me the specifics when it comes to the degree, but I like the 3rd. That's perfect for me. So anyway, I would shower, right? And it would feel like, in Africa, right? Barely shower, no, I'm just kidding. So I would take a shower and wash my hair and I would get out and feel like, I can't even tell you how naughty it was, guys. It was like a pound of salt and like, you know when you get that metal feeling in your hair, in your water, like from hard water. I have hard water at home. And I didn't have a styling tool, so it's not even like I could save the look of that hair. So this is actually not that bad because I got to use my really nice mask last night, but this is the way it looks air dried. It looked worse in Africa. I didn't have either of these things, didn't have my product, didn't have my styling tools. So I'm really happy to be back, okay? Let's just say that. Anyway, I'm gonna begin styling. So yeah, I am happy to have all my things, but I will say Africa was one of those experiences everyone's like, you're gonna be so changed when you come back. And I'm like, it is, it's true. It's like a different world, guys. So if you have Africa questions, write to us on TikTok. I feel like I'm supposed to be checking the questions. Okay. Can you keep me? My favorite animal? Stacy just asked what my favorite animal was. You know what? You guys are going to laugh at me for this. I thought the warthog was so funny.
What?
So they call the warthog Pumbaa, just like in The Lion King. And when I say that, and this is kind of how I do my curls, I like to like fish it through, if that makes sense. Because I don't want all the heat to be on the end, because that's the oldest hair. So I just slowly kind of work my way and then let it sit like this. And then we'll work our hands through it. But, okay, I loved the Pumbaa, and I just thought they were everywhere we went. So we went to 4 camps, and at every camp they had Pumbas. And the little babies are hilarious too. And they're so cute. And when they run, they put their tail up, and they just shoot, kind of like in the movie. But here's a really fun fact about them. They lose their train of thought, you guys, no, I kid you not. Like something like every 30 seconds to 1 minute. Don't quote me on this. But they call Pumbaa in Swahili means like confused, like dum-dum, like idiot. So I just thought that was so funny. And they actually like the locals call them Pumbas because they will be running away from something or towards like something that they want for lunch. And then they will halfway through like realize that they don't know where they are. I was like, that's me. You know, I feel like that's been me ever since I came back from jet lag, you know. It's me with jet lag. So anyway, that's my fun fact. And the warthogs kind of became like a really highlight of the trip. Okay, but the lions, unbelievable. I kept like laughing because, and I only really do like 3 sides with this curl, by the way, but just see how much like shinier my hair looks, guys. It just makes it look more polished. It's that much better. So anyway, yeah, like I kept saying to my husband, oh, look, like they're performing for us, like the animals, like they're putting on a show. And it's like, no, they're just living their daily lives. When you go on safari, it's a reservation. It's typically like untouched land. Nobody can hunt on it. Nobody can feed them. They're just doing their thing, right? Like they're having lunch, they're hunting, they're mating, they are eating, like they're cuddling their cubs. These animals are just in their own environment. And that was the coolest part. So like example, one morning we woke up really early, and also guys, like I'm a morning girl, but this was a working vacation. I just told George this too. You wake up at 5 a.m. and you hit the road. Like you are on the road, you're doing your thing, you're going out to look for these animals. So we find this, they're called prides, like the lions. And this pride was just hanging out on a rock, kind of like Lion King, you know, waiting for some buffalo to come along or whatever. And there was another male lion who was older. So there's a lot of dominance going on, right, in different prides and all this. And there was this older male lion. And when they get to be a certain age, the elder lion has to back down and become like he's no longer the alpha, and yes, submissive. And then I didn't know if that was the right word. And then the young male becomes like the dominant alpha of the pride. So they duke it out in order for this to happen. We literally saw this happening. So we watched these lions fighting, and it was basically like for territory and for their ladies. Yeah. And also, I'm sorry, but the land of lions, the land of animals, like, there's no loyalty. These men have like 17 ladies, okay? It's not cool. Like, Rizzo's like, that'd be my dream. I'm like, no, it's not cool. Like, the ladies have all the babies, they have to do all the work. I'm not into it.
Sounds familiar.
Yes, it sounds really familiar. Okay, so we're working our way. I do like 4 sections. I feel like I missed a piece right here, so I'm going to go back and do that. Okay. It's amazing, I'm telling you. Now, that you could also use this as a wand if you wanted to. I'm going to try to do this without a mirror. Might be hard. But, you know, you could really just like use it like as if it were a wand. I've done that before. Gives you a little bit of a different curl, kind of more of like that spiral curl. So if you like volume and you want your hair to be like bigger, you know, like Tori Kelly, the singer. I always call them Tori Kelly curls. You could spend a whole lot of time, if you wanted, doing really, really, really small curls with this wand, and then you could brush it out, and it's like, there's lots of options. But Today we're just doing like the everyday curl, but you get to see how much volume that would add. So if you did a ton of those curls, it's like a perm. I'm telling you, I've done it before. It looks really good. Okay, so back to the animals. Let's see, what else did I see? Oh, guys, there was a monkey in my room.
What?
A monkey. So my husband is a type 1 diabetic, right? So when we travel with snacks all the time. So if anyone's like listening that knows that life, it is like you just have to have backup all the time. So what we do is we carry Welch's, grapefruit, or like grapefruit snacks, any kind of fruit snack. So apparently, like every camp we went to, I'm doing this on a mirror, so that's why I look like I'm messing up. Okay, so, there we go. Okay, so we're warned, we go to all these camps, you stay at one camp for 3 days, you move on, they sit down, they give you the lay of the land, they make you sign this release that basically says if your hand goes out the window and a lion eats you, we are not liable for you at all. So we go through all the rules, and then they say at the end, be careful of the monkeys. And I'm like, okay, is that for real? They're like, be careful of the monkeys. They're not to be trusted. Like these monkeys, they look cute. They go for sugar. They're addicted to sugar. So we were told this all throughout the trip, right? We get to our second to last camp. And lo and behold, like we just took one, like we just kind of left something out one time. And we come back, Marco like my husband came back to like get something from the room and heard like shuffling in the closet. Oh, thank you. Stacey just got me a mirror. Okay, so I'm gonna let this cool, guys. I will break it down in a minute. So anyway, we hear this like shuffling in the closet. Marco does. Thank God I wasn't there because I would have freaked out. And he opens the door and there's this little monkey sitting on my suitcase, which he didn't tell me till we got home because he knew if I knew a monkey was in my suitcase, I would have had a heart attack. In my suitcase, on all over my clothes. So anyway, he's sitting there and he's literally chowing down on all the fruit snacks, guys. Like, you think they can't get to the fruit snacks? No. He could smell, this is crazy, my hair. He could smell like through the bag, the fruit snacks. It was okay for the monkey to eat fruit snacks? I don't know. I'm not sure. But did he what, George? Okay, so Marco said the weirdest part was that the monkey like opened the bag like a human. He said he walked in there and it was like ripped like this, like so delicately. And he's like, that was the weirdest part, was that it opened it like I would open it. And I'm like, that is so funny. So anyway, yep, we had a monkey in our room, and then he was sitting outside like waiting for his big break, after we leave. He's like, fresh meat. When they leave, I'm gonna go back in there. He got through the window. Like they can get through the tiniest of places. They're really smart. Anyway, we got by the monkeys on the second to last trip. I thought we would,
It's a little nerve-wracking.
Oh my God, yeah.
In your room?
He didn't really know what to do. He's like, do I like tell him to shoo? Does he know what that means? Shoo, get out of here. So yeah, hit him with a shoo. So the really other animals I loved the elephants. They were really cool. And they're super protective of their babies, which was really cool to watch because it's, I guess, like mating season for them. So there was a lot of like babies and pregnant elephants, and it was like babies and babies coming. No, it was really cool. Okay, so now obviously I'd be able to do this faster if I wasn't talking up a storm about Africa and like really focused, but we're not in a rush, and I do like to let this cool. I'm missing this piece. So like if I miss a piece up here and I want to add a little volume, I can just use this kind of like I would with the wand. And I like using that around my face too. See how it gets, bye Stacy. So it adds a little bit of dimension to the hair and a little bit of volume. I am someone who has like a lot of fine, I'm blonde, I have a lot of like fine hair, but I have a ton of it. So I need that extra oomph when it comes to curling, but I also want it to look shiny and lush. So we're just gonna let this sit, and I feel like it's been cooled off enough. So I'm just gonna like run my fingers through it. and you get this instant kind of volume, beachy wave. You can break it up, and then I add a little spray to it.
You have some messages on me.
Oh, do I? Okay. Do I have to be logged in? How come I can't see it? What am I doing wrong?
Click on the M up top.
Oh, there we go. Oh, wow, I'm seeing myself. This is weird. Okay.
I think I have to go.
Thanks, Rizzo. I'm not new here, guys. I swear. I've been out of the country. Okay. So, let's see. I can't see any questions. Okay.
Tara
Let's
says gorgeous
see.
hair.
Thank you, Tara. All right, guys.
Mo says $170.
Right, guys, here's the thing. You're getting like a million curls in one. I'm telling you, I've been a T3. Like, it's been my go-to curling iron forever. I have all their products. I'm actually gonna start doing this side of my hair, but you guys get the idea. It's an iron that has integrity in that it's not just gonna like fry your hair. I'm not a fan of irons that cause more damage than they need to. And as someone who is highly chemically treated, I have a lot of like highlights in my hair. I have to be super careful about what I use on my hair. And, you know, I love the fact that this isn't going to cause further damage, further breakage. It actually adds shine and this like luminosity to my hair. I also am showing you guys how much hair you can actually grab in one kind of go around. Now, I've been using smaller pieces, especially when it comes to like framing my head and my face. But this is what's so great about it, is that you can literally grab this huge chunk of hair. So if you are someone like me that's not doing their hair live, doesn't have as much time, you can get a lot of hair in one sweep and run out the door. I can do my hair in like 3 minutes with this wand. Or with this wand and the clamp head. Like, there's different attachments, but really it's so easy, guys. I'm just gonna, that's a lot of hair. Just let it cool, run your fingers through it. I feel like it also, it's funny, I'm kind of like thinking of this while I have this pinned up. My hair is so fine that even when I use like big clips, I always want to be one of those girlies that, you know how there's these tutorials on TikTok? I mean, we're on TikTok, so I know you guys know, but there's these tutorials about people like taking their big voluminous hair and like, using a clip to put all of it. I'm like, my hair just falls out because there's not enough of it. So what I love about curling my hair and styling it, adding a little volumizer, texturizing spray, is that it gives my hair more life. It gives it more volume. So that is why I think it's super important to style your hair. And also, it lasts longer. It is facts. I feel like when you do your hair, it will last you longer than if you just let it air dry and kind of like didn't do your hair for the week. Maybe that's my theory.
Harper
I don't
says,
know.
love your hair, I wish.
I know, I saw that. Oh, thank you, Harper. You can. This is also, there's a lot of tutorials I feel like lately with the high ponytail curl where you're pinning your hair up in the ponytail and then letting it down. You could even use this curler for that style. I kind of like to leave my ends out a little bit. We're getting to the back. So yeah, it was one of those trips where I couldn't bring anything. So I used my heatless curlers a lot when I was there, but there's just something that's really nice about being able to control the curl, and you gotta have a good iron. Also, I used to assist with a lot of like makeup and hair, and I would help do makeup and hair for weddings. And I see a lot of tools, right? And T3 is one of those tools that I see a lot in those environments because, again, you get that really high heat that you're looking for, where it's gonna give you that curl that's gonna stay. And also like flexibility to do different styles. I like to drag it down the hair so that you're not focusing all the heat on the end. But I also like hitting the root because sometimes if you're like me and you have calyx in your hair, you need to like redirect your hair somewhat, and you can do that with a curler. It's kind of like the reason why we use straighteners, you know, to fix those like parts of our roots that we don't love. Maybe you have naturally curly hair and you want a smoother style. This is good for you as well. Or if you're someone who has those natural curls but you want to like embellish them a little bit, you could use that wand attachment to do that. All right, so we're coming up on the end here. Yeah, see I have a calic on this side, and I almost like to use, this is like a little trick. I have to use this mirror. So I go like this and just kind of like allow the heat, almost like redirect. Does that make sense? Kind of like to flatten it out a little bit more, almost like you're straightening it, but you're not. Just gives more of that like redirection of hair that, I don't know, is doing what you don't want it to do. So this is all air dried hair too. I did not blow out my hair at all. Just gonna brush out what we've got. And the beauty of this style is that, like I said earlier, this will last me, what is it, Wednesday, guys? Yeah, this will go in. I might rock this on Saturday in a high ponytail. Like, it'll be like, okay, this is the end. We're good. Your roots are way too greasy. But I just feel like when my hair's done, it lasts a whole lot longer. And just look at that instant shine. It's a little bit more polished. It's kind of that undone, done look still. This is just not that cute. That's my natural hair. So if you're someone that has just like hair where there's not a whole lot of style to it when you don't do anything to it, you're always looking for a really good curler. And we're coming to the end. Okay, so what else happened to me that was crazy? So the one of the camps, so if you guys are just tuning into, because I feel like we have a couple of new people, I went to Africa for my honeymoon. So I plan on doing a whole series on like what I did, where I went, what I saw. But I was totally obsessed with the animals, and everybody who followed me on Instagram for the 2 weeks I was there was like, I literally felt like I had a subscription to National Geographic. So I had a lot of fun. I even filmed some segments for MARKET.live official, like using products that I carry with me all the time that never leave my safari bag. And a couple of them were like my Dalton lip gloss, and then of course my Sigma lip oil. Guys, if I could have had a styling tool, this would have been with me. It's also really easy to travel with because this, I'm not going to do it now because it's hot, but the beauty of this is that, you know, you've got options when it comes to your wands, but you've also got this lock, so it unlocks and it kind of pops off, so you can fold it in half and then stick it into your suitcase, like anywhere in your suitcase. So I am someone who doesn't like do that well with traveling light. I'm working on it. My husband, it's like a work in progress. So I'm always trying to find ways to condense things, because you got to have, like, I'm going to Colombia in a couple weeks for my really good friend's wedding, and I'm going to have a carry-on. Mark my words, guys. Marco's not going to let me do a checked bag. So I will bring my T3 because that's like the easiest tool that I know I can do different styles with, but it's just one thing, right? Like I'll suffer and I'll use the blow dryer at the hotel, but I need my styling wand. So that'll be coming with me. And then when it comes to the last piece, I mean, sometimes I use the clamp, sometimes I use it like a wand, and I just like to feed it through because this is my like finest pieces are the ones around my hairline. So I just like to treat them really nicely. And then if you miss any, guys, like this one, you can just go in there and use like the wand. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. See, because I'm looking at myself. You can just go, I like to go away from my face. Now it's different. Next time I do one of these, guys, we'll do another style. Like I've done Hollywood waves with this tool. And I've also done like beachy curls, and then this is like that everyday style. I like to go away from my face because I just feel like it frames the face really nicely, looks natural, lasts really long time. And what I'm going to show you guys while this side cools, I'm just going to show you how I like to brush with one of those, like any paddle brush you guys have. Just brush through and you can really start to pick up the shine you get from just adding in a really high grade iron. So someone who wrote in about the price, like this is what you're getting, guys. You're getting this high grade ceramic iron that's gonna protect your hair, give you those like lush locks that you want. And I don't have a lot of hair. I have a lot of fine hair. It styles pretty good. I need like a high heat that's not gonna crisp on my hair, but also it gives me so much volume. So I love that. And you know, a little dry shampoo will get me through on day 3. And this will last me for like almost 4 days. So we're letting this side cool. And then sometimes I flip my hair over, just kind of like, it's also not knotty. It's really pretty. So this is kind of cool because you get to see 2 different styles. I just ran my fingers through this side. So if you want something that's more tousled or messy, you could do that. Or if you want something more structured, almost like a wave, you could brush out your curls. But that's when you know it's a really good wand, iron, curling iron, when you can literally brush out the curls that you just put in your hair and they don't move. That is when you know you get those stay all day curls. I've always got that from this wand. It's why this is my personal wand, guys. I brought it from home. This is something that stays, you know, when you have like your big basket of hair tools you use, this is one of those things that always stays on my counter because it's a staple in my weekly hair routine. But this is cool because we're getting 2 different looks. So I feel like, I don't know, I feel like George could do something cool with this. What do you think, George? He's brilliant. He edits all the videos. Also, guys, you need to check out my video I just did with the giraffe. Wish we could crop him in right now.
Brought him home.
I wish. Those guys are huge. By the way, giraffes, ginormous. They're like gentle giants. I did go to Giraffe Manor, which was super cool. It's like that place you guys see on, you know, that place you see on Instagram. You can like have breakfast with them. So we went there and they're huge. They have giant, like you said, giant tongues, and they eat all day long. They just graze and eat and chill. They're really nice. All right, so I just brushed out both sides so we're even, but look how polished. It's just, I mean, I like this too because you guys get to see different styles with this. So before and after, that's more of that like ringlet polished curl. I'm showing you more of a wave. We can also do beachy styles. Maybe another video we could do is just do like 3 different curls on my hair, showing you the versatility you have with this wand. So high grade iron, guys, it's protecting your hair. If you're someone that has breakage, I feel like everybody does now. This is gonna protect your hair. It has that lasting curl, lasts all the time. And then you've also got options when it comes to style. So lots of versatility, all in one tool. And I guess that's like all the good things I can say about this tool, guys. Again, like it's on right now. It's super easy to turn on and off. So I'm just gonna turn this off. We would pop it off. It kind of folds in half and you can travel with it anywhere. All right, guys, that's a wrap on all things Allie. Thank you for joining us on MARKET.live official. All things T3. See you guys next time for more fun segments.